Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Box, the Technical Trader. Tuesday, March the 13th. These are the charts of the day. Phenomenal market, and the market keeps pressing higher. It's going to get to a point where they're going to overdo it, but until they roll them over, we'll play it alongside. And today, some of the leading stocks on our board that we traded: OMER, Omeros, opened at 950 and exploded up to 1088 at one point, closing at 1022. It was up 258, 33%. Volume was a whopping 1.75 million, by far the biggest volume I've ever seen in the stock, although it did have one day on a down day back in June of last year. But the biggest day on an up day in quite a long time. This could mean a thrust to the upside. Let's take a look at weekly. You'll see that all of these highs up in this zone were taken out today. And if I go to a long-term chart, this is a new all-time high, even after the, looks like the 09 high at 949. Yep, absolutely. So this took out everything today. And at this point, we may see the stock run up into the low teens, maybe 12.5, 13, something like that, short term. Up next is EDAC announced some deals, contracts today. The stock exploded through resistance. Let's take a look at the long-term chart. Beautiful long-term rising channel. Should I say intermediate term? If you look at the weekly chart, the long-term rising channel is also approaching. But the most important thing about this today was this thrust took it out up to new all-time multi-year highs more than 4.5 years ago. So with what's going on here, and today's volume, by the way, 230,000 was the biggest volume since October. That's how thin the stock is. And we noted that early when we talked about the stock September, October, November. But it continues to press higher. Today reaching the top of that channel. We may see a little bit more upside, but it's going to get oversold near 14.75. ALLT, significant pop today, broke it out across multiple highs and this big wedge pattern. With this channel that I've drawn in here, it appears that the target's around 26 going forward. ALLT, a swing trade possibility. We put that out today. Agilysys, well, it had a significant move today as well, and volume increased to 467,000, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if you look, you'll see it's the heaviest volume in an up day since way back here in September. So significant breakout across key resistance, and we very well may test this $10 high very quickly here. And if we get through that, let's take a look at the long-term chart. You'll see that a big wedge had formed. There's your declining tops line and the rising bottom. So I'd have to set a target up around 24 on an intermediate basis, but that's quite a long from here. The beautiful daily chart indicates that the immediate target should be around 1085, thereabout. PKT, stock I've liked all year, and we traded it here and here. The stock's acted very well, actually here and here. The stock pulled back, very orderly channel here, ran up again on an orderly basis, accelerated, pulled back and flagged, and today popped. Let's take a look at it. You can see it ran $1.94 at 10%, and closed at a new all-time closing high, I believe it is. Let's double check that. I may be wrong. Not all-time, but in the last, since 07, so about a 5-year closing high. I'm targeting, if it gets through this next zone here, 24, the immediate target, short term, and the long-term target up around the 33, 34 range. So that's quite a ways from here. But a nice chart. We get through this 24 zone, you can see how there's a lot of room to run. I'll maybe put it on another swing trade. TISA, we discussed this stock is in the same field as Mytech. This nice little coil here broke out. It then flagged, consolidated in a narrow trading range here for about 3 weeks. Broke out again, backed and filled. Broke out yesterday, followed through today. Short-term target around 440 or so. Maybe reach as early as tomorrow. We'll see if there's any follow-through. GNC, one of my top 20 for the year. A beautiful rising channel, continues to do so. Featured on CBS Market Watch in October when it was down on the mid to high 20s. Here it is at 34.71 today, and the top of the channel is approaching fast at around 36.75. IMOS, very, very powerful pattern. Beautiful base, head and shoulders, breakout, consolidation flag, 1 leg, 2 legs, 3 legs, 4 legs. This is the 5th wave up. And although today was a breakout, and we may see it accelerate a little bit, I'd be cautious if stock gets near 16.5, 17. Big breakout today, potentially for CBRE, that's CB Richard Ellis Group, big real estate property management firm. And you can see that the long base, followed by this, with this rising bottoms line and lateral resistance, was broken with a pop today, which could lead this stock into the mid-20s, and that's my target for BCG. That's a swing trade, I believe, we put out today. Dang, looking good today for a change. In this stock, after this sharp run up, breaking this falling wedge, got to resistance, backed off in a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave decline that tested support in that zone near the moving average trend line and several different points of support. The stock then slightly edged above that yesterday, and today popped 50 cents or 7%. Appears to me it's going to make a run at this 8.5 level. Short term, that's my target. USG, another breakout of one of our swing trades, broke out today after running up, and although the volume did increase a little bit to 4.5 million, of $1.04, 7%. I'm looking for a move that takes this one to 18. CLS, Celestica, nice base pattern broken here. Pull back right to it, forming a channel, and today popped back 61 cents or 6.5%. It appears that it broke out above this line as well, and may very well reach this next resistance level shortly. If it gets above that, I would look for something potentially up around, let's call it 11. So $11, and then a test of the highs around 12.5 may be had. We shall see. MGM, well, this left shoulder head and right shoulder base here was terrific when it went, but its stock has advanced from under 9 to almost 15 in about a 2-month period. Since then, it pulled back on an orderly flag and today popped out of it, jumping 85 cents or 6.25%. 19 million shares traded today. That's the biggest volume in 2.5, 3 weeks. I'm looking for a move to 16 and then 18 on MGM. GLUU, maybe setting up here. Late in the day today, I believe it was late in the day. Let me take a look. The 1-minute chart. Yep. The stock surged, flagged, and it popped to the close and closed at the high for the day going away. To basically test the declining tops line at the top of this coil pattern. If it breaks out here, look for a test of 465. Through that, I'm looking for 590. That's the Gluster. INVN acting very well. You can see how it, thought I'd clean this up. See, this popped here and pushed through today. The volume increased a little bit, 4.2 million. Looks like we are going to get this up near 24 short term. That's my swing trade. First of all, Pharmaceuticals. I just like the way it's looking. I'd like to see some more volume. Today was kind of a quiet day, pulled back and then closed with a gain, 26 cents or 4%. But if it does get up a little bit higher and thrust here, we could see it break through 8 and run up to 11, my short-term target, my intermediate target, excuse me. ASIA popped out of this little 3-day flag, and I believe it may be beginning a move. The only thing missing today was more volume, and technicals are still flat, so I may have been premature, but my target is now 18. INSP, also a swing trade idea today. You can see that on the weekly chart. Long-term resistance going way back here. This base pattern and the resistance of this pattern was broken, pulled back to untested, and then it's moving back up again. One of the reasons why I put it out. However, I want to see a little bit more volume. The volume isn't bad, but I'd like to see it thrust here. And my near-term target, if you're looking at a rising channel here, could very well be somewhere around 15. Dunkin' Donuts looking good. All-time high today as it broke through the double top and the top of the channel as well. So we may be seeing an acceleration here. I'm looking for a move to 33, 34, maybe even 35 short term. OREX broke out of the flag yesterday and had a bit of a follow through today, but keep an eye on this one. My target around 5.5. And lastly is HOTT. Our swing trade is working nicely. After the pop through key resistance, the 1.5-week flag resulted in a breakaway gap and a run up. We've had 4 days in a row up. I'm looking for a move to around 1085.11 zone to reach my swing trade target. That's it for tonight. Let's do well tomorrow. Bye-bye.